St. John of the Cross describes the spiritual journey towards union with God as a progression through different stages, often referred to as the three ways or three stages of prayer: the purgative way, the illuminative way, and the unitive way. The third stage, the unitive way, is the pinnacle of this journey, where the soul achieves a perfect mystical union or oneness with the divine. Here's a clear and deep explanation of this third stage: the unitive way, spiritual marriage and divine union. The unitive way is the stage of spiritual marriage, as St. John of the Cross describes it, or transforming union, where the soul is intimately united with God. It's not merely seeking God or contemplating His mysteries, but being immersed in God's very essence. This is the closest a soul can get to heaven while still in the body. Key characteristics and experiences. 1. Perfect mystical union. The soul is no longer merely in God's presence or understanding His mysteries, but is absorbed into Him. St. John uses the metaphor of one spirit with God, while St. Teresa of Avila, a contemporary and fellow Carmelite, describes it as the seventh mansion in her interior castle, where the soul experiences a profound and lasting union with the divine bridegroom. 2. Habitual conformity to God's will. In this stage, the soul's will becomes so aligned with God's will that it desires only what God desires, purely out of intense love. It's not a removal of free will, but a sign that the individual's will is perfectly harmonized with the divine will. It's as if God is acting through the person as His instrument, with every word and action being for the greater glory of God. 3. Supernatural peace. A hallmark of someone in the unitive way is a deep, supernatural peace that can only come from God. The interior life is completely detached from temporal and worldly concerns, leading to an unshakable tranquility. 4. Transformation of the soul. The soul undergoes a complete transformation, becoming fully conformed to Christ. This is a union of likeness, where the soul and God become so alike in perfect love that one can say that each is the other and both are one, yet still retaining their individual identities. This transformation is a progressive assimilation of the image of Christ, both in external actions and in the inner depths where God communicates Himself directly. 5. Beyond meditation and contemplation. While the previous stages involved vocal prayer, meditation, reasoning on divine attributes or events, and contemplation, a simple, loving gaze at God, the unitive way transcends these. The soul, having moved beyond the fragmentation of meditative knowledge, embraces God with a single loving gaze, dwelling in profound peace and exposed to divine rays emanating from His heart. Progression to the unitive way. The path to the unitive way typically involves passing through 2 dark nights. The dark night of the senses. This purifies the senses and motives, detaching the soul from earthly pleasures and even spiritual consolations found in meditation. It weans the soul from reliance on sensible sweetness. The dark night of the soul, or spirit. This is a deeper and more painful detachment, purifying the spirit and transforming its freedom. The soul is deprived of spiritual feelings and certainties, learning to rely solely on faith and love. This prepares the soul to receive divine light directly. These dark nights are not punishments, but rather intense purifications initiated by God to prepare the soul for the profound union of the unitive way. In essence, the third stage of prayer, the unitive way, is a state of profound, intimate, and transforming union with God, characterized by perfect alignment with His will, supernatural peace, and a complete assimilation into the divine likeness.